function f is defined as follows. The function f of x is equals to root x or radical x minus 1 for x is greater than 1. Okay, so the domain is also given. Find an expression for f inverse of x. Okay, how do we do f inverse of x? First of all, we put whatever is f of x equals to y. Putting y equals to f of x. So we will be having y is equals to root x minus 1. Then making x the subject. So for this reason, if you want to make x subject, we will be keeping root x on one side. Root x would be equals to y plus 1. Then x will be equals to square of y plus 1. Y plus 1 whole square. Okay, we made x the subject. Now, if we put y is equals to f of x, then obviously x will be equals to f inverse of y. As this, when f is moved to the other side, it becomes f inverse. Okay, this is not compulsion to do this, show this how it is done. Just put x equals to f inverse of y. So it will become f inverse of y equals y plus 1 square. Now x equals to f inverse of y. These are like the steps that I'm writing side by side. Now what we know is lastly we will be changing y with x. Change variable y with x. Okay, so it will become f inverse of x equals x plus 1 square. So this is how we found an expression for f inverse of x. Okay, this is it. Now let's do part B for it. Okay, so part B says the diagram shows the graph of y is equals to g of x. Now we have another function now, g of x, where g of x is defined to be 1 over x squared plus 2 for x is a member of real numbers. State the range of g and explain whether g inverse exists. Okay, so we need to find a range. What is range actually? The y values, the output values of your function. Okay, all the x values are allowed because x is a member of real numbers. So we can also see that all the positive, all the negative x values are there. But what about y? The function is only for, as far as y values are concerned, it is the function, the graph is just above 0. Okay, so you can say that y or f of x is greater than 0. But what is this maximum value? What is this less than or equal to? What is this maximum? We know that the maximum value lies on x equals to 0. So if we find g of 0, that would be your maximum value of your range. Okay, the y value, the maximum y value. So g of 0 will be equals to 1 over x square plus 2. So that is 0 square plus 2. So that gives you 1 over 2. So that means your range of this function g of x would be, it would be greater than greater than 0 and less than 1 over 2. So this is just a random way of writing it. It is always better to write range in terms of the function. So g of x is less than or equals to 1 over 2 and greater than 0. Okay, we are not saying greater than or equal to because it is never coinciding with 0. It's always greater than 0. Okay, so this is your required range. Now, secondly, what are they asking for? Explain whether G inverse exists. So we know how can we find that a function is the inverse to exist or not? We do the horizontal line test. Horizontal line test that tells us if it is intersecting at more than one point, like this is intersecting at 2 points, so that means the inverse doesn't exist. But we won't be saying that we are doing horizontal line test, but the correct way of explaining your answer would be that G inverse doesn't exist because it is not a one-to-one function. For 1, 2 x values, we are having one y value, so it is one-to-many function. Okay, so the best way to write it is that it is not a one-to-one function. Okay, so I'm writing this here. G inverse of x doesn't exist because it is not a one-to-one function. Okay, this is also done. So we are done with part B as well. Now part C. Now we have another function h of x that is defined by 1 over x squared plus 2. Okay, for x is greater than or equals to 0. Now the domain is only greater than or equals to 0. So solve the equation h f of x equals to f of 25 over 16. Give your answer in the form a plus b root c, where a, b and c are integers. Okay, so we need h of x, f of x. H of x is here, so we also need f of x. So we'll write that from above. F of x is root x minus 1 square root of x minus 1. So what would be h of f of x? First write h of x, 1 over x square plus 2, and in place of x we will be writing f of x, and that is square root of x minus 1. Okay, now this is equals to what? This is equals to f of 25 over 16. So let's find that out. F of 25 over 16. So in place of x we need 25 over 16. So what is f of x? It is root of x minus 1. So what is root of x? 25 over 16. So we'll get this to be 5 over 4 minus 1. It will give you 1 over 4. Now this is your required expression. H of x is equals to f of 25 over 16. So let's put in the values. H of x is 1 over root x minus 1 square plus 2 equals 1 over 4. Now cross multiply. We will be getting 4 equals Okay, so this will give you 4 minus 2 equals 2. So there are two ways to do it. Either expand this a minus b whole square form and then solve it, or just take square root on both sides. So this is more better. So taking square root on both sides will give you root x minus 1 equals plus minus root 2, and x will be equals to 1 plus minus root 2. So if we now square both sides to get x value, squaring both sides will give you x to be equals to 1 minus root 2 square. Okay, so the thing is, we are taking only the positive values. And why? Because x is greater than 0. So we are just taking positive values. Okay, so taking x will be equals to 1 plus root 2 square, and this will become 1. A square would be 1, b square would be 2, plus 2 times root 2. So it will become 3 plus 2 root 2. Okay, so this is what they have asked us in the first place, that give the answer in the form a plus b root c. So a plus b root c, we need this answer. So this implies a equals 3, b equals 2, and c equals also 2. So this is your final answer for your part C.